What's up, guys, and welcome back to Planet 2. We're back, baby, and I've kind of got a little bit of a plan, all right? So we may have to switch gears a little bit, at least for the time being, and let me tell you guys about what I'm thinking here. So far, we've proven that we can turn a profit. I mean, we've got $235,000 in the bank. That's coming up from like 30K, and we have all this stuff here. Obviously, we've got the land and the development that we've done. We're always making a fantastic profit. People are coming in droves. We've got 1,500 people in the park, which is the most we've ever had. We've got a almost 4.5 star rating, which is crazy, and everything's looking good. The animals are happy, the people are happy, and tipping and learning and all kinds of stuff like that. Like, from that perspective, we're doing a really good job. However, we are starting to become a little bit limited in the types of animals that we're going to be able to add into this zoo, and that's because really cash purchases don't work very well. So if we come in here to the animal market and we go to any species that's a cash purchase, I mean, a lot of these things we've already done. So mandrills we haven't done yet. We will end up doing those. We haven't done grizzly bears in this particular one yet. But you guys will notice a lot of these animals that are available here are ones that we've already, looked at or had before or anything like that. Like, the cash purchases are very limited in what you can purchase. So what we want to do is eventually be able to purchase things with our conservation credits, which we've been slowly but surely earning. You get like a few every time you log in. You get a few every time you say hi to somebody visiting your zoo and stuff. But like, look at some of these. We've got albino lions, there's giraffes and gorillas and all kinds of other crazy animals that would be really, really fun to have. But we need tons of conservation credits to be able to get those. And what we're going to have to do is really focus on our breeding program. I think we're gonna have to get some animals that are super easy to breed and just kind of like get that turning. You know what I mean? Like, I feel kind of bad, and I don't know, like, obviously the point of zoos is to kind of facilitate the regrowth of certain species and hopefully bring them up from endangered or things like that. But I almost feel like we're starting like a puppy mill or something. Like, we're just going to have to churn out a bunch of babies, sell them or release them back to the wild to get those conservation credits to be able to get the cool animals. So I was thinking about it. Back when we started our first zoo back in the beta, I think the #1 animal that gave us the most babies were the ostriches. So I think we're going to set up an ostrich exhibit today, and the main goal is to just get a bunch of baby ostriches and then sell them all away. And then I think like warthogs do a decent amount, and there's a few other animals that are cheap, they're easy to get, but they give you a bunch of offspring. So I think that's what we're going to focus on for the next few episodes. We'll kind of start up our little breeding mill. I feel bad saying that, but that's essentially what it is. And then from there, we can move on and eventually get some of the really cool animals. So that's kind of my plan here. I guess, I mean, I feel bad. I feel like this is not how a zoo should be operated, but I guess we're just going to have to get into this. So I'm going to look for the ostriches. I remember the ostriches literally bankrupted our first zoo because there were so many of them that were born. So what is it called? What's the actual name? I'm looking for ostrich. It wasn't in the O's. Common ostrich right here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look for these guys. I'm going to look for ones that are only cash listings. I want the bottom of the barrel, baby. Oh, shoot, there's only females. We want some with high fertility. So like this one right here, she's a little bit older, but I'm going to go high fertility. We're going to go ahead and adopt here. And then I guess if we could get a really good male, like a really good young male with high fertility, 400 conservation credits. Braun? Bro, Braun, are you about to come in here and just dunk on all these female ostriches? I feel like we should. I feel like this is a small investment. I feel like it's a small investment for the long term. I'm gonna go with Braun. Dude, we just spent 400. That was half of our conservation credits. That's okay. It's gonna be worth it. And you know what? Let's get him some other honeys in here too. So I'm gonna go back. We're gonna look for cash listings. You know what? I don't even think these two are worth it. We want to find ones that are high fertility so we can get a bunch of babies. So that looks good. I don't even know. We may have to think about this for a second. I don't even know. We got to go to our Zoopedia. What do the common ostriches, what are they like? Up to 7 males, up to 7 females. Nice. All right. So we could eventually get a second female and a second male and really make things pop off. But we're going to start with Braun and his new lady right now. So I'm thinking, where's a good place? We need a big area for our breeding section. I guess this whole back this whole back curve right here could be our breeding section area. So let's, man, again, I feel kind of bad, but let's get into it. So what do we need here? We need a grade 2 fence for 1.25 meters and 675 square meters of space. No water or climbing or anything is needed. All right, sounds good to me. So we're gonna go into our barriers. We're gonna grab the glass grade 2 fence. And let's start making this happen. So I think we are gonna run into a bit of an issue with viewing here. I mean, we only have one way for people to see in, which isn't ideal. I guess we could probably bring, okay, yeah, we should probably do that. I'm gonna delete these. We're gonna bring a path in between the hippos and the ostriches, and then we'll have it run along that path. Thinking something like that. That looks pretty solid. Let me, I guess we need to put a habitat barrier on there, habitat gate. If we could fit it anywhere in here, something like that looks pretty good. And let's see what the actual size is. It's gonna be 1824. Yeah, it's gonna be plenty of space. All right, looks good to me. So let's grab our animals here. We're gonna go ahead and move Brawn and Omusupe in here. These are gonna be the starters of our breeding program. Let's hope that everything goes well. We did invest a lot into Brawn here, so hopefully he lives up to the hype, and we'll see what we can do. He's young, he's fertile, he's good to go. I'm kind of excited for it. So we're gonna go ahead and bring those in here. Then of course we're gonna want to get our vet research. Ooh, habitat cleanliness is a disease risk. That's not a good thing. I'm gonna get our vets researching on where the they need to get inside the habitat before we can what's it called? Cleanliness. Whose cleanliness is bad? It's this one. I'll call over a keeper. I don't know why they let the cleanliness get so bad. We might need to hire some more staff. Actually, you know what? That's another thing we need to start looking at. So if you take a look at staff, you can always hire more, or you can train them. So you can come in here and there's a way that you can upgrade them. So like I think I can upgrade them all right now. I'm gonna upgrade all of them, and then that gets them up to better trained. They'll perform better. You don't need to keep hiring over and over and over. So I'm actually gonna hit upgrade on every single one of these. I don't know if they have to go away to be able to be upgraded or how that works, but we're just gonna go for it. And then I think we should probably hire another, dude, we have so many vendors. I'm gonna say another keeper definitely, and probably another vet. So I'm gonna hire another keeper, and I'm gonna hire another vet. The thing is there, you gotta be careful, because if you start over hiring and you're paying all these salaries and the animals aren't bringing in the money, then that's where you can kind of get in trouble. So you gotta keep an eye on our profit and loss here. But all right, cool. So this is good. We've got another vet now, which is going to be solid. So we're going to be able to get a third person on some research. I'm going to put Francine on the black bears, and then we're going to want to get some on the ostriches as soon as they get in here, which it looks like that's about to happen. Now, are our fences good enough? We're at 2 meters. I think they're good enough. Obviously, you're going to have to build out this habitat and make them really happy. Ooh, is this Brawn? Bro, Brawn is an albino ostrich. Are you kidding me? What a little legend. Dude, he's about to make us so much, man. I'm so excited. Want to make sure everything's good. Dude, his fertility is on point. So is he going to make us a bunch of other albino ostriches? Because I've got a feeling those are going to get us more conservation credits than anything else. So let's come in here. We're going to make sure that we get our vet research. Let's go ahead and get these on the common ostrich. And let's start working on his little habitat here. So we're gonna need some enrichment, of course. It says we already have hard shelter. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. We're gonna need better terrain, and we're gonna need a bunch of plants and maybe a little lake and stuff like that. So let's see for terrain, what do we want? Got plenty of space. We're gonna want some more grass and stuff. I'm thinking make them a little lake. I think if we put like a little ponds over in this area, that might be kind of cool. So let's start off with that. Come into our terrain tool, and we're not gonna go too crazy, but I'm just gonna make them a little pond. I even think that might have been too deep. See how that looks. Yeah, something like that's just kind of nice. Now, do we have a water treatment facility? We do not have a water treatment facility over here, so we are gonna have to build another one. If anything, we could set one up over here on the back side. So let me grab a staff path. I'm gonna grab a staff path, and let's angle around this way like that. We could grab a water treatment facility and throw it right here. I'm actually gonna move it back this way a little bit. I think we were a little too close. I think we may have hurt some guests if they walked back on this little pathway here. So this way, there's no way they're gonna see it or hear it or anything like that. Now, it actually does look like we've got some research on these guys already, which is kind of crazy. I didn't think we would, but we're good to go. We can put a little water trough right here. We could put a little food bowl right next to it. That looks pretty good. We've even got some enrichment items. So we could put a little scent marker. I honestly don't even know what that is. We could put that there. We could put a little slow feeder over here. We could put a little ball maybe over here, and then maybe a sprinkler over here near the pond could be kind of cool. All right, looks good there. Now I do think we are, let's go with some hard shelter. So I'm gonna grab, I mean, any of these will work. We can grab a kind of simple one. I don't think ostriches really hang out. Like, I really like making the rock caves and stuff, but I don't think they really need that in this case. So I'm gonna, ooh, this is cool. I like this. So I'm gonna put this all the way in the back just to give them an area to get away from it all. I do feel kind of bad. I feel like a lot of our animals are forced to sleep in front of the guests. So instead, I think I'm gonna put that back there. Can we put a second one next to it? I'm kind of tempted to put two together, but it's kind of an angled thing here. I'm gonna put them like that. That looks solid, dude. There we have a huge thing there, and then we could put some plants. We honestly probably should make this entire backside, I'm gonna turn it into brick, just so the animals don't get stressed out because everybody can see them all the time. I'm thinking pretty much that entire thing we could turn into brick, and then that way, actually, you know what, we should do these. We should do brick with the window, just because I feel like that looks really, really nice. Can we change that to brick with the window? That looks pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and raise the height of the fence. I don't know, I feel like it always looks so stupid when it's really small and short, but it has the window in it. So I feel like that actually looks pretty good. It's a high enough window that people aren't gonna have to duck down to see them. And I feel like the ostriches are gonna be a lot more happy with that. So that looks good. I'm happy with it. Now, I guess we should start getting into, we don't really have any terrain. So let's see what we have going on for terrain. We're gonna wanna bring out our terrain tool here, and let's paint the ground a little bit. So they like a lot of grass. They like a little bit of soil. They like some more rock. We've got way too much sand. So I'm gonna say let's do grass in this front area. And then we could do maybe some long grass back in the corner. Got a little more long grass. We might be able to do some on the back side of the lake too. Looks pretty good. Maybe some through here a little bit. And then we want a little bit of soil. So I'm gonna say we probably want soil on the bottom of the lake, right? I feel like that makes sense. Let's go ahead and reduce the intensity a little bit. Give it a little bit of soil there. Might be able to do some soil around the side here. Mix in some soil with the grass. That looks pretty good. This whole backside here, we could do all soil, just like that. Kind of blends in a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty solid. I like it. They could use a little bit more rock, but I think we're good. I think they're gonna be happy with that. I feel like that actually looks pretty decent. So let's get, we're gonna come in here, we're gonna get some bedding. We want some extra large bedding, and we're gonna throw this all over the little house that we made them, which hopefully they really, really like. Boom, looks pretty good there. Now, of course, we're gonna have to add a bunch of plants and stuff. So let me see what kind of stuff these guys like. Africa and the grassland biome. All right, that's gonna be nice and easy. So we're gonna come into nature. The problem is they don't really want a bunch of coverage. You guys can see we can do a little bit, but we're not gonna be able to do all too much, which is kind of sad. I mean, we could put some daisies in front of the thing. I don't like how you can see the logs on the bottom sticking out from the bedding. So I might put some daisies here. Bedding's kind of going through them though. I just feel like the daisies are gonna make that look kind of nice. Might have to move some of that bedding back. But yeah, something like that. I mean, we're already getting to the point where it's too much coverage, which makes me kind of sad. So I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot that we're gonna be able to do in this habitat, unfortunately. They are just kind of like a plains grasslands type animal. So like that already looks pretty good there. If anything, I think it'd be cool to put some elephant grass in the back. If we could get some long elephant grass and kind of block off the back with some grass, just so you can't see the fence, or it'd help with the sound of the generator and water treatment facility behind them, something like that. Just give them a nice little cozy home. Is that too much though? We're at 11% coverage. So I mean, we might be able to do like a little tree. Can we do a little tree there? I really don't want to make you mad, man. 15% coverage. We're still okay. We could do a little papyrus sedge underneath the tree All right, I don't want to push my luck. I think they're happy. Let's see what happens here. So our second one just arrived. Uh-oh, a Fafa Gemsbok is about to have some offspring. I think that's our second pregnant Gemsbok, so that's a good sign. But looks like everything here is good. We aren't getting an interspecies bonus. I actually don't know where. I guess we got to go to their Zoopedia for interspecies. Oh, we could put them with the African buffalo. We could put them with zebra, giraffe, springbok, all kinds of stuff. Shoot. So should we? Oh, man. Well, I guess the thing is this is kind of our breeding area, so I want to keep this whole section of the zoo all focused on breeding. So I guess we won't interspecies bonus them for now, but that actually might help them out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But all I know is our boy here has got to get to work. Bron, we paid a pretty penny for you. Oh, he's already on the hunt. Let's go, buddy. I really need you to make some magic happen. And I think we're gonna have a good time with this. So I think we're gonna keep them separated for now, and then we may end up mixing them together once we start getting our program going. But let me see what we have going on here. So I do want to check. He's chasing after her. He's already thinking about. Oh, they're doing a little dance. Oh, now he's gonna make her chase him. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is good. Many guests think the tickets are underpriced. All right, so I'm gonna say let's go $22 and $11. Sounds good to me. But let me see what temperature do they like. I think we might need the Zoopedia for this. I want to make sure our temp is good. 8 to 40 degrees. Yeah, I think we get up to the high 40s or at least mid 40s during the daytime. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna bring in a cooler. And we're just going to throw this right in the middle. And then we're going to make sure that this stays around a nice 38 degrees, I say, is where we should keep it. Uh-oh, the miracle of life is about to happen. I think we're about to have some offspring right here. We already have a couple other Gemsbok offspring. Dude, the Gemsbok are going off. This is crazy. We've got a ton of Gemsbok offspring in here. There's two, a third one over there, and then this one's about to have some more as well. They are going at it. I love it. Okay. So this is a good sign. I'm really happy. I think things are gonna start turning up for us here. If we could just get this breeding program going, get a bunch of conservation credits and stuff, then we can. Ooh, he is taking off. He's playing with the ball. Then we can start getting some of those really exciting animals. I was looking at it, I was thinking that maybe if we went to a different biome, like if we went and started a new zoo in the tundra or something, maybe that would bring us a new type of animal to be able to purchase. It's not. It doesn't matter where you're at. So I think rather than branching out and making a bunch of zoos, I think we're really going to focus on making this the best zoo that we possibly can. And so far, so good. So I'm going to let this play out a little bit. We'll see what happens, and I'll see you guys in the morning time. So it's the morning time. Things are going well, man. We've got an African buffalo that's about to mate. We had an issue. Oh wow, look at that. We've got an African dog that's about to have offspring. I honestly am almost starting to get a little bit overwhelmed. A lot of stuff is happening. I was looking over here at our crocs. Their welfare is not great. So they need more. Oh shoot, they need more space. We don't. Oh man, I don't know how much more space we're going to be able to give them. I guess this whole area here, we could take this path and stuff out and give them all this. It's just they're starting to become a little bit crowded because they're having so many offspring. We've got 4 of these guys in here now, so they need a little bit more space. I think we're going to have to kind of adjust this a little bit. Hold on, let me pause it. I think we're going to have to delete these paths right here, and I think we're going to have to expand this a little bit to give them enough space. Something like this, I feel like that looks pretty good right there. We could put another habitat barrier, just put it right like that, and boom, that should help out with some of the space problems. Up to a 77%. Needs a little bit more food enrichment and stuff, but overall, I mean, at least that's better than what it once was. It's just like I said, the breeding is starting to get a little bit out of hand. So things are starting to become a little bit tougher to manage. Hopefully these two are getting along well. Let's check on their welfare. Yeah, we're at 97% welfare. Inspector got here. I mean, everything looks pretty good. Education, cleanliness, everything else. Oh, actually, you know what? One thing we didn't do over here is we need to get some tipping things and education things for our ostriches. So I'm gonna throw down a bunch of these tip jars pretty much everywhere, and then we can throw down some speakers as well as some TVs. Got one TV on that side, and I guess we could put another one over here in the little space in between the 2 speakers. We could throw another one on this side, on the common ostrich. All right, looks pretty good there. That should be solid. We could put some benches along this backside over here so people can sit down and watch them if they want. Boom. Looks pretty good. And oh man, Omosupe is already pregnant. That's what I'm talking about. My boy is going in. Let me check one thing here. I'm gonna go into our animal trading. I want to check to see if we can get another ostrich. Interesting, there's only male ostriches available right now. That's not what I'm interested in. I want to breed him for everything he's got, dude. He is a top tier ostrich. We spent a lot of credits on him. We need to get that return on investment. So I think we're in a good spot, dude. We've got hippos about to have offspring and stuff. This is insane. This is becoming a little bit crazy. It's becoming a little bit hard to manage. I think we're going to start having a lot more money going out to food if we have all these babies coming out. But I think it's gonna be well worth it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna see you guys in our next episode. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace out.